everybody, it's Michelle LaVore and
Devin LaVore
coming at ya. So we just wanted to share with you just kind of what today is for us. And we basically kind of woke up, and again it was just a different morning. And
every morning's different since the 8th.
Yeah.
Every morning's been different. That was like our battle moment, and ever since then, or whenever that shift happened, that was the 8th.
Yeah.
And then the 9th was just like this day of total rest, right? We didn't do anything, and
So we just kind of wanted to share it. God's kind of brought some things together for us today as far as like the vision and what he's been doing. And
like a culmination point, right?
And it was just really cool. And so at God time, we were just, doing our normal God time. And I felt like God gave me, or he reminded me of like the vision that he had given me of him taking the gifts off the camel.
Yeah.
And like, because earlier this morning, I really felt like I was seeing this archer release an arrow. But I was just like, okay, that's just what I really, really want. And then...
That's just me. I'm just... I'm just doing that thing again.
Yeah. And then our son, Elijah, he actually he got a word from God, and he said he was seeing Jesus release the arrow. And I'm just like, well, he said that before.
Well, that's a lie. He says that. Yeah. He says that every once in a while.
And then so as we're, we're actually praying at the time, and I'm just seeing again this archer releasing the arrow, and it was just like
3 times.
Yeah. And I was like, okay, Lord, okay, if this is you, then yes, okay, I'm seeing that. But what about all of the gifts you said you're going to unload? We can't have a arrow release when you're still unpacking everything.
When you're just beginning to give us the gifts from the caravan.
Yeah.
Like, that doesn't make any sense.
It doesn't. It's like those two things don't match up. And then God was just like, that was actually the last gifts of the caravan. And I was like... Oh my gosh. So yes, like these were actually the last and greatest, like in a way the greatest gifts. He saved the best for last. And it's like he is actually along this entire journey been just giving us all sorts of different gifts. He's been restoring us, and so it was just like, he was like, you are full. Your family is full of all of these great and wonderful things from me that I've put on you, I've given you.
Yeah.
And it was just
all kinds
like,
of cool stuff.
I was so excited, because then I'm like, yes, like we're ready to go, basically. Like, all we have left is the release of the arrow. And that's really the vision that God gave me, was him releasing the arrow.
Well, and that's kind of like where we felt like the 8th was. After we got that victory over the Goliath of disappointment on the 8th, God was like, this is awesome, because it was putting us in the position to be launched.
Yeah.
And I was like, well, if we're in the position to be launched, and we really felt that next day really is when we felt that on the 9th, when we were just processing what had happened. We felt like, I was like, is that the day I felt the tension too, or was that on the 10th? I think that was yesterday. Yeah, that was yesterday. But still, it was just like, oh man, like, what's going on? And it's like, and that's when we were getting that his hand is on the arrow and all that stuff. And I'm like, wow. And then what did Joah say? He was like, the next step is moving into the house. Yeah. Even he said that. And I was just like, wow. I was like, there's stuff coming from all over the place. It's just kind of the Lord's trying to confirm. So that's the thing. The Lord knows what goes on up here. Yeah. He knows. And he's like, oh, I know what's going to go on up here. So I'm going to set this in place and this in place and this in place to let you know, like, I'm saying the same thing to you.
Yeah. And so then today I was reminded again of God gave us a picture a long time ago of us as a tree. Yeah. And then he showed me, it was October 4th, that we are a tree with we have 5 rings. 5 golden rings.
5. No, I want to do that to you. But all these words were actually written in Hebrew.
Yeah. I just don't know how to write them in Hebrew. So we wrote them in English. But And I just felt like this week, really, he has been going through each of those words for us. And we've been using each of these words.
Hello, everybody.
There's the baby. And so on the 8th, it was faith. Because it was our faith that was going to defeat Goliath.
That was the smooth stone.
Yeah. And then on the 9th, it was really like God was speaking to us like, be still.
Like a great big rest.
And it was like,
awesome.
Just have my peace. And for the morning part of that was the fighting off the fear. And it was just, okay, Lord, we're receiving your peace. And then yesterday was really the grace of God, because he was giving us gifts. And all day it was the number 5. And that is associated with grace,
all
with
day.
favor.
It was crazy.
And then this morning, it really is about hope. Because our daughter, she was saying, like, she got a word from the Lord that said, remember the promises. And really, that's what we've been doing all morning. And God has been bringing up, like, ooh, remember this promise. And so we read.
That's kind of like what that circle thing was about for us, too. When you got us all together to get in a circle to remember. It was
remember the journey that we've been on.
It was like the end of a camping trip. And
yeah.
We're like, all right, this is our last day in the camping trip. So let's remember all the cool things we saw on this camping trip.
Uh-huh. And so it's like today is really about hope and remembering the promises of the Lord and all of that. And then so this last one,
about the remember the promise.
Yeah.
I asked to interrupt, so anyway. But I remember Annalise this morning, she was watching one of her TV shows on Netflix, and it was one she hadn't seen in a while, and I was like, because she was trying to figure out what she was going to watch, and I was just like, well, I don't know. And I saw this one show that she likes called Spirit, Riding Free, by the Disney horse Spirit. I was like, oh, you could watch that? And she was like, yeah, I'll watch that. And in one of the episodes, seriously, I'm not kidding you, 2 minutes, or not 2 minutes, but 2 seconds before it hit 13:33, the girl yells out to Spirit, remember our promise. And I was like, no way. And I looked down, and it was actually at 13:35, but it was winding down.
Yeah.
And I was like, I'm going to take that as a 13:33.
Yeah.
But I was like, wow, because it seemed like 3s are the number today.
Yeah,
you know?
Really
and I was just like, what?
Yeah.
Even she was like, Dad, she said, remember our promise. Remember the promise.
Which is the word that she got from the Lord this morning. And it was like, wow, that is just so awesome.
In her little prayer cave.
And
Elijah, he got his word after he was in his prayer cave too.
Yeah, they all did. It was
we call them prayer caves.
Yeah.
They basically just get on their knees and just kind of bow down and just listen to the Lord. And that's their prayer cave.
Yeah. And so it's just like, I don't know, it's just been really awesome to see how God has been using each of these rings that he's put us around or put around us. Yeah.
They know what you do.
And so, and really like love, I feel like that's kind of been foundational from the beginning. That's really like it's just been throughout the whole thing. And I'm sure
it's the flour to the dough.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
Yeah, it's like, and that's why it's the center ring. It's like it brings all of them together.
Yeah, I was gonna try to rearrange them to get like 8th, 9th, 10th. The Lord was like, no.
Yeah, they're in the order they're supposed to be.
No, bro, don't do that.
And so it was just, and that's what we drew some of these pictures of just some of the
gifts that we've gotten along the way. That we didn't know we were getting along the way.
Yeah.
You know?
And it's like, God's just like, I've been giving you all of these gifts.
Like that healing of my heart. That was a gift. That was a huge gift. It was just, we weren't recognizing it as the gift.
No. And I think God really did that on purpose.
Yeah.
He really, it's like God, when he hides things, he's hiding them for a reason.
Yeah.
So that when they are revealed, it's just, it kind of blows your mind, you know? And that's really what I experienced this morning of just like, he's been giving us gifts this whole time and we didn't even realize it.
And you know what? Because it's been quite a long process of distributing these gifts. And we may have, if we had known, like in the beginning, God gives us a vision. Hey, I'm going to start giving you the gifts. By this time of the journey, we might have been kind of like, oh, another gift.
Exactly.
And it's like, you don't, man.
Yeah.
And God's like, I'm not even going to give you an opportunity to do that. I'm going to just start handing you things and doing things in your life that are truly miraculous. I mean, September was definitely a September to remember in the spirit.
Yeah.
October was definitely a shocking October.
Yeah.
In the spirit. I mean, it was clearly like a shocktober for us, you know, but it was in the spirit, you know, but we're always looking for the natural thing. We're looking for our resting place in Nashville, Tennessee, and our house, and you know, and then this place of blessing and prosperity, and God was leading me out and delivering me because he set me in a large place because he was pleased with me. I don't remember what psalm that's from, but you know, that's what we're always looking for, and God's like, I got you, but let me hook you up with some things along the way, and let's do this, and now let's do this, and it's just like, oh my Lord, if there is one more thing to do, I am going to just like bang my head on the concrete.
Yeah.
You know? He's like, oh, that's okay. I got healing for that too.
Yeah.
You know? On the 17th, you'll do that, and then I'll heal you up. You know? And it's like, oh my gosh, Lord, are you serious? But then it's like the more he does, the more grateful you literally have to become.
Yeah.
It's like you're compelled. It moves your heart to gratefulness, and you're like, wow, Lord, you're amazing. Forgive me for not being amazing to you. You know? Yeah. But even in that, he's cool with us. You know?
Yes. He is. So I think that's really all that we have for you today as far as like where
Surprising.
I know, shocking.
Under 20 minutes.
And just that, I don't know, that God he is moving and he is doing things and it's just...
He's really fulfilling his word. Like every day is like there's something more fulfilling. You know? It's like, wow, Lord, what are you doing?
And so...
How did you feel like today was going to be?
Honestly, I woke up this morning and I really was just discouraged because
Fighting.
It was like, okay, now what's next?
Because you thought it was the beginning.
I thought it was the beginning of the distributing the gifts, but... I was just like, man, okay, now.
I tell you what, she lit up when God gave her that revelation. She was like, yay, we're at the end. Oh my gosh. And she just like, oh, I just love the Lord. He's so awesome. Devin, you're amazing. I love my kids. Life is great.
Yeah.
And I'm like, oh, you're in a good mood.
Yeah. Yeah. But I mean, I did get even, you know, I was struggling, but God brought me to a place where I was just like, you know what, Lord? I'm going to still rejoice in your day.
And you've become really amazing at that, by the way. Just being able to just overcome in the moment. Just like, wait, I recognize this. This ain't right.
Yeah.
Soul, hush, sit down. Yeah. We're going to rejoice.
Yeah.
You know?
And so it was just like, you know, worshiping. And then it was after worship that, and during prayer, that things like God revealed that to me. And it was like,
come to the Lord, get in his presence, and you change.
You do.
That's novel.
But yeah, so we just hope that you guys are encouraged and just keep going to the Lord and keep, you know.
I don't know if we're going to have any more teachings. I mean, we might just be doing, here's another testimony video.
Yeah.
Here's something else that just happened. And it's 2:22. I'm just saying. Anyway.
Let it be, Lord. Let our videos be testimony videos.
Yes.
And of just the goodness of you, Lord. And so, we just hope that you guys are encouraged and keep fighting the good fight. And
keep believing.
Yeah.
God's got a good thing for you.
Yes. Yeah. And so we'll see you guys next time.
Bye.
Bye.